Okay, so I'm here in simulator mode on my computer. So I've just downloaded the ProStitcher Premium software to my computer, and I can play with it here and learn all kinds of things. I can put layouts together and then just save them onto the stick to take over to my machine and stitch out. So I want to just give you a couple of tips here today. This bar on the left hand side are your quick access buttons, and it might look slightly different on your tablet just because the layout is sort of stretched a bit here on the computer. But these are buttons that are put there because you use them more often. But you may find that there are some that you don't use very often, and there may be others that you do use a lot. So on the ones you don't use often, you can assign something else to it. We also had a case recently where a customer's vertical channel lock disappeared, and there was a button here that said clear trace. TRAC, and we thought it meant clear track. We thought there was a problem with the motors, but actually there was a really simple solution to that problem. I'm on the file page here. If I go to the top right to the settings, click on here, and then I get a sign button. Click on assign, so it goes to green, and you'll see this changes slightly here on the left hand side. Each button now has a little arrow underneath. So these buttons all on the left hand side are ones that you can assign different functions to. So if I click on this one here, you'll see it brings up a whole or a list of other options that I can use. So if I hover over it, add a multi-area point, clear all, you've got your half stitch, your full stitch, you've got all kinds of different things. You can engage your gears. So say for instance, I want to change that one to engage gears. I'm going to click on it, and you see it's changed here. Then I would go back to assign and click on it again. So you remember in ProStitcher, if it's green, it's active. So I want to set what are the changes that I've made now. So I don't want that assign to be active anymore. If I do that, now you can see I have, instead of the vertical channel lock, I've changed it to the gears. And if I click on the gears, I've got purple at the moment, which means it's disengaged. If I click it again, normally on your computer that would show as orange, but because I'm in simulator mode, then it shows as green. Okay, I'm going to just go back because I actually would really like my vertical channel lock to be there. So let's do it again. We'll just do it in reverse. We're already on the settings page. We're going to go to assign, go to the button that you want to change. I'm going to make it my vertical channel lock. It's changed here, and then I'm just going to set it in place by clicking on the assign again. So now you can see I'm back to having that one there. So if there's any of these buttons along the side that you don't really use, you can see what other options there are and make it just simpler for yourself to use. The second thing that I want to show you is a rubber band function. So if we go to area, you'll see on the top here there's RB area. At the moment it's not activated, but I want to show you something of how you can use it. It works really well with round shapes. So if I go to File, Designs, and I open, amongst my designs, I've got a circle here. This is just under the Handy Quilter Designs. So I'm going to bring a circle into my screen here. Now, if I go to area, can you see now the rubber band area, RB area, is now active? I'm going to click that. As I click on it, it changes, or it puts a pink line around my shape. So it has made an area around the shape. Now, on the workspace over here, I can see I have the design, which is the circle, but I also have the area. So if I click on the area that is green, you'll see it becomes a dotted line. Now I can manipulate that area. So let's go to Modify, Resize. And I get the normal screen on the right hand side here. At the moment it has the aspect ratio locked on the width, so it's a circle, it's symmetrical, it doesn't matter which way around. So if I change the size here, if I make it smaller, you can see it's making that area smaller. If I click on the positive, it's going to make it bigger. So this is a really nice tool. Whoops, I just want to make it slightly smaller. Oh, let's get that right. No mouse skills today, sorry about that. Okay, so if I say I have stitched out the circular design, but I want to echo it, this is a really good way to do it. I make a rubber band area. I've got it the size that I want it. Now if I go to ProStitcher and I'm on quilt, I'm going to say trace area and stitch, because I actually want it to stitch that area. All right, so now if I press run, I get the normal message that you normally see, just to make sure your needle is up, and it tells you how many stitches per inch, all those things. Press proceed and you'll see the crosshair is simulating where my needle would be. So it is going to stitch that area for me. So it's a really cool way to make echoes and frames around designs that you have. It doesn't work very well when you have a concave curve, because it will just cut it off. But it's actually a really cool way to work. So now I've done that one. I could go back to workspace and go to area again, and let's try again. If I go area, I'm not circled. Oh, I was on the outside one, wasn't I? So my area is there now. I can modify it again, and this time maybe I want to make it smaller. Okay, so if that's, I'm happy with that as my new area, go to ProStitcher, trace area. I have to have that in, I have to reselect that each time. Stitch is already active, and I'm going to say yes, go. And now can you see it's stitching on the inside? So you don't see the first area that I stitched, but I would now effectively have my design with an echo on the inside and an echo on the outside. That's just a really quick and easy way to get those echoes. I hope it helps.